know why you're
don't say you want to just Japan. Then also tell them you're coming back.
Yeah,
we are going to know what happened. Just tell them you're coming back. And
hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you guys once again for the support and for all you guys have been doing for us, for the comments, for the likes and all. We say thank you. And those of you that have been watching our video without subscribing, this is how I'm looking at you. Corner eye. I'm just joking. Please, let's wait. Click that subscribe button.
guys,
Do it
it's
now.
actually free to subscribe.
It's free to subscribe. I got a question from someone when I asked the person to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The person was like, they're gonna remove my money. No, it's free. All you need to do is just click on that red button, subscribe. Then there's a bell notification beside it. So what the bell does is tell you to notify you whenever we post videos. Please kindly click on the bell notification so that when we drop videos like this, you get notified. Please guys, I'm waiting. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you for clicking on that subscribe button. God bless you. So we've gotten few requests to make this video, and here we are. How we relocated from Nigeria to Germany. Since he is the one, I'm like a dependent on him. I came through family reunion visa to come and join my spouse. So he got a job from Nigeria. So I think Obi will be in the best position to take us through the process and how it all started. So please guys, thank you and stay tuned.
Alright guys, thank you again for joining, and it's going to be a very long video. We're having a series and different parts, and but we'd like to put out a disclaimer that we are not immigration consultants.
No.
And we are only sharing this based on our experience.
Our experience, yeah.
At least here, so that we don't forget anything. So we have it in order of how we relocate to Germany, based on our own experience, our own route, our own journey. We'll talk about how you can get a job here in Germany for people in IT and other fields as well.
Okay.
Then we also talk about how to apply for a visa,
Okay.
the blue card visa, and we'll talk about the family reunion that you
I'll
did.
be taking that part, the family reunion part.
Then we'll also talk about how to prepare for your trip, what to pack, how to pack,
what to expect
at
the Nigerian airport.
And so oftentimes you see us look down here, look at. So first thing is we came through the work route. There are different ways for you to come abroad. Some people come through family, you have someone abroad. Some people come through study, come to school, and some other countries have some different pathway, like Canada immigration plan and things. But for Germany, we came through work, and because for some skills are in demand in Germany, and it's on the rise for need for employees in Germany. They want to employ different people for different fields. I came in as a software developer, and oftentimes we get questions like, how do you get a job abroad? Even though it's very lucrative and it's in demand, it's still very competitive because you have people from other countries that are not even Africa trying to come to European countries or America or some developed countries. So our advice is just first you hone your skills, right? If you're a developer, software engineer, you are anything you do actually, because actually means a lot of people that are not even developers, like the project managers, UI UX designers, product owners, scrum masters, even field out of IT. I mean, it's a journalism, yes.
Okay, yeah, you told me when you went for your interview.
All that field that is not even IT, someone gets abroad. It depends on how much is in demand in that country. So you make sure you put your skill and you try to practice some international standards. For instance, developer, you look at the jobs in demands and skills in demands. You learn those skills and start applying for jobs. So to be serious, it's not very easy because I did more than 50 interviews actually. So I tried different countries from Canada, try UK, try Netherlands, try Portugal,
Amsterdam. There was a time we tried Amsterdam. Yeah. That one we had even got to like the final stage of the interview.
Many times I got to like final stage for interviews, and some just we are sorry because it's actually very expensive to sponsor people, right? So some of them are not, they don't have the policy, some of them don't have enough funds, some of them might don't want to go that route or sponsor people from Africa.
Okay, my husband did, he's not exaggerating. There was a time he was doing interviews back to back, different countries, Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, and all, like UK, Portugal, Canada. Like, even the interview were back to back, and at the end of the day, we get to regret mail and all that. Yeah. So just to encourage you, don't say, oh, I'm tired. Don't give up. Just stay. God will make it happen, and believe, have faith in God, pray and all that. The grace is there for us as Christians and children of God. We are going to get it. I just believe those ones might not be the actual what God wanted for us. You might feel that, in fact, that's the best, the money, this one and that. That might actually not be what God wants for you. So just trust the process. I think I'll say.
Trust the process. And before we even proceed, I'd like to, the lesson learned from there is, some companies truly want to hire, but they might not really be ready to sponsor. So you must know companies that are willing to sponsor you and your family. And the bottom line is just keep trying different companies. And I think the easiest way, again, if you know people in that company, for instance, if you have friends, colleagues, or some of your LinkedIn connections that work in those companies, right? They'll let you know that, okay, this company are actually hiring foreigners, right? For my own case, I have a friend that works in a company right now, and told me, okay, this company is actually hiring foreigners, and he helped me submit my CV, and that way I was called for interview. So if you have insiders, someone that can either recommend you or help you to submit your resume, or that works a lot and helps a lot. So you actually know where to put your energy, not just any other companies. Companies are actually recruiting Nigerians or foreigners or people from Africa. So that's what we did. In our case, I applied and we went to some interviews, and thank God we got the offer. We probably link a video.
The day we got the offer. He made a video in Nigeria when the offer in his mail.
So if you are trying to, and if you think your field is not very lucrative, it's not in demand in some countries you're actually looking at, so you can think of, it's possible actually to transition to other fields. Yes, it's just one of time. For you to 1 year, 2 year, 2 years, you're already moving to a new role. So it's possible to switch field for you to be able to achieve your dream actually. So that's for how we have a job.
I want you to also tell them how they can, their LinkedIn profile. Because I know recruiters, they go to LinkedIn to source. I knew when we were in Nigeria, so many recruiters contacted you via LinkedIn. Yes. So I told them to keep up to date their LinkedIn profile, and I expected you to tell them
now about getting how to get a job. Your LinkedIn profile is very important.
Very
if you apply
important.
for any job, the only way your prospective employer, the HR, can look at you is to go through your LinkedIn profile. They want to see something that you're just write nothing about you, your skills, even though you have the resume. They still want to put a face to who you are, and also they want to just read about maybe somebody who have endorsed you on LinkedIn. So it's important to update your LinkedIn profile and put some key points about you, your skill sets, the companies you have worked, and know of you years, because it's another way to validate your experience. If you say you have 10 years of experience, they want to see how you have worked, in the last 10 years. So it's important to, because majority of job I applied for, I did them on LinkedIn, right? For me, LinkedIn is a good place to apply for jobs, because you can search by remote, by country, by skills, try LinkedIn. LinkedIn works. I'm having a separate video for in-depth for people for that particular audience, for developers, where I'll talk about how to prepare for interviews, things to prepare, and all those things, because we don't want to put that together in this video, and I'll make a separate video for that, actually. So the second thing on our list is how to apply for blue card visa. So I did blue card. Some other people might do work permit. Actually, when it comes to job route or work route in Germany, there are 3 ways. So either you get a work permit, or narrow permit, or you get a blue card visa, or you get the job seeker visa. Now the first one is job seeker visa, which is you don't have a job offer here in Germany. You think because your skills in need or in demand in Germany, you want to move to Germany, they'll give you, I think, about 6-month visa, and the requirement is actually very difficult, because you must have enough money for 1 year or 6 months. You put it in your block account in Germany, Then also you must convince the consulate that your skills in demand and you get a job in Germany between 6 months, or you're staying in Germany. Then you must also plan for where you stay, the amount of money you spend. But it's very difficult to get that kind of visa because, of course, now it's not easy for Nigerians from Nigeria actually. So that a part of the second part is if you get a job offer, but the offer is not it's not up to a particular threshold of amount. Maybe the amount per annum. So then it's up to blue card benchmark. Right. There's a benchmark for blue card. I think it's about 58,000 euro per annum. That's the benchmark for blue card visa. And because blue card allows you to stay in Germany, and also your spouse can come to meet you in Germany. Your spouse doesn't need to learn German, right? And you don't have to learn German as well.
And you can work anywhere in Europe.
So you can move to another European country and work there, right? And you can also renew it every 4 years as long as you still meet that benchmark. So it's very flexible. You can even leave Germany for 1 year and 6 months, 18 months, and you still maintain your
blue card
status. So that's why it's very, and it also has a very simple, it's a very easy pathway to permanent residency, right? For like 22 months or 36 months, 33 months, you can transition to permanent residence in Germany and other European countries. But for work permits, right, it's just because if you have less than 58,000 euro per annum, then you can apply for the work permit visa. It's I think it's 1 year duration. Every year you have to renew it. Unlike blue card, which is for 4 years, right? So that's all difference. So apply for blue card visa. In our own case, we apply for blue card visa, and it's very easy for Nigeria because they want you here in Germany.
Yes.
Right. So you apply. We'll also put a link. To detailed information about the blue card visa on the German website. And also I'll talk about the requirements. The requirement is just that you have an offer in Germany to register company in Germany, and they're paying you more than 58,000 euro per annum. And also you have your first degree, best degree, and it's actually a recognized university by the German Commission, because there's some universities that they are not recognized in Germany. So there's a website you can check to see if your university is actually recognized in Germany. So those are the basic requirements. So to apply, you book an appointment at the German embassy, and usually appointment take time for visa generally. But if it's for blue card, it's sort of prioritized.
Very fast.
Within 5 days, I got my
appointment. 5 days, you got an appointment.
And I got, they usually give you 3 weeks to plan yourself, to get your document ready. So you have your passport, your first degree, you have your
the work contract.
The work contract is important. So your employer in Germany will send you the work contract, a signed copy. They want the original.
Not the photocopy, original. Like my husband's company, they DHL the contract to him. Yes.
So you need the work contract. You also need your personal resume. Then you fill the application form
online.
Yeah, you talk about yourself, your family, your wife. If you have a spouse, if you have kids, sorry, you have to include them in the application. So just fill the form and your age declaration. And here, if you were born earlier than 1992, you can make use of
the NP's
Nigerian Commission.
Let me check Ethan's birth certificate. I'll get it.
Okay. I think it's
I'm going to find the appointment recently. Maybe. Okay, sorry, that's it. So what my husband is trying to explain is there's this National Population Commission. So I think the decree was made in 1992. So what the German embassy believes is, if you were born before 92, how come you're going to be bringing this National Population Commission? I'm using Ethan's own as example. So this is Ethan's certificate. Definitely I gave it to my son in 2020, so it's still small. So if you are before 92, they don't expect you to bring this because this act was started from 1992. So in our case,
But because many of our parents went back to, they got this force because they believe that it's for the government, even if we were born prior to
that
period.
92.
So they don't want you to bring that.
So you don't bring that.
I know it's very common to people that have that, but they don't want you to bring that. So you do your.
In our case, we did the affidavit because definitely we were giving birth before 92. Yeah. So we can't take this to the embassy. They won't accept that. I don't have a birth certificate. So my mom, and please take note, as far as your parents are alive, let them be the one to swear. Don't use an uncle or external relations. As far as unless both parents are not alive, that's when they can now accept that they know when they gave birth to you, not an uncle somewhere. Just if you know you were born before 1992, they are not going to accept this National Population Commission. So just swear an affidavit, declaration of age. Let it be done by your parents. So you can continue.
So when you gather all the documents, then you're ready for your interview. And usually it's always in the morning, right? German embassy, they give like 7 a.m. or thereabouts. So I went there for my interview, and this is what I'm saying now. It's peculiar to blue card candidates. I want to talk about the family reunion interview. So they call it an interview, actually just a question and answer, right? They want to know if you want to meet in person, right? You can't set somebody to submit for you, have to go there to submit yourself, and they'll do your biometric capture if you want to capture as well. So then you appear at the embassy.
The interview.
Yeah, you with the documents, right? And you're supposed to arrange 2 copies of every original you have, right? Apart from the ones you fill in the application form, declaration form, those that can be just 2 copies. But for every original document that you have, there must be 2 copies of it.
That's photocopy.
Yes, photocopy of it. Yeah. Then the interview, it's quite easy. They just ask you about yourself, your professional details about your career, then also about the job. You ask you about the offer, how you got the job, tell about the interview process, tell them about where you're going to in Germany, because you are supposed to have an address where you're going to in Germany. Maybe for my own case, my employer, they have an apartment ready for me because they sponsor the apartment as well. Your first few months when you get to Germany. So in your own case, if you don't have a place to stay, maybe your company will not offer an apartment, you should book somewhere online. Right? The apartment there are furnished apartments in Germany that you can apply for. So you can, one of the websites you can use is Wonderful Flats. Right, we'll try and put some more other ones.
You can even spell the wonderful. It's not like the normal English wonderful.
It's not like the W-O-N-D, no, just like wonderful German. So
W-U-N,
then D-E-R, then I think F-U.
Okay.
It's not like the
so it's online. You can book an apartment.
We'll have also maybe two other ones in the description of where you can book your apartment ahead. And you don't have to pay them, just reserve the apartment. And when you get to Germany, you pay them and you move into the apartment. So,
ours was not that case. It was not the case. My husband's workplace provided an accommodation for him to stay for the first few months when he landed in Germany.
So I know those details, the address of the place. So I told them where I'm going to stay. And it's also in the application form, but they will still ask you. They ask you your employer details. They ask you about your salary. They ask you about your previous experience in Nigeria, where you have worked. They ask you where I live in Nigeria. Yeah. Tell them that. They tell you why Germany as well. Because you want to go abroad your career, but why Germany? Tell them why Germany.
And to think someone contacted us. We have a friend that was going for the blue card appointment. I actually know the wife. So we spoke with the husband, and a day before he went, he called my husband. He's anxious. What questions does he need to expect? Another. My husband just tell him, they will ask you why Germany. Then are you going to come back to your country?
They asked you, are you going to come back to Nigeria?
Are you going to come back to Nigeria? Then why Germany? And you won't believe, when he immediately finished his interview, the wife called her like, wow, the same question they asked the husband and all that. So now that's an expo for you when you're going for your blue card interview.
Know why you're living in Nigeria.
Know why you're
don't say you want to just Japan. Then also tell them you're coming back. We are don't know what happened. Just tell them you're coming back. And you just want to go and acquire experience, someone build in Nigeria, make it better. So something logical that will convince them. Then also, know your details of family. That's all. basically for blue card, and you pay your money.
Yes, that's the visa fee.
Euro. So the exchange rate, I think we pay about 38 or 37, I can't remember, but
maybe
just go with like 40.
40k, just go with 40,000. Make sure you have a 500 naira inside though, because in case they will not give you change.
So if you sell 36,700, 37, you take the real change, so you can't say
give me change. That's why you have to have 500 in case you just need it, so you know you're not dashing too much. Maybe for example, you have a, how do I even put it? Maybe 37, maybe if you go with 1,000 everything, and for example your money is 37,500, that means you're paying 38,000. They won't give you change. So but just make sure you make some denomination.
Don't even try to. Don't try to go with maybe 200.
No, don't go only 500 and 1,000 is what they take. Don't go with 200. So just make sure you have some 500 and 1,000 so that you don't dash too much money. So like my husband said, but time to time, you know, they might update anything on the website, but for now the visa fee still remains 75 euro. As at this time of the shooting of this clip, it still remains 75 euro.
So you can always check, because you never can tell.
Yes, anything can change, and I think it depends on your country. I think each country they have different.
I think be sure, because they are saying for Nigeria.
Yes,
it's possible for other countries to be different.
Yes, 75 euro.
And some other country might have they will mostly have similar requirements for
documentation
for blue card visa. So if you're going to differ, it might just be a little bit. I'm not sure, because I know for Indians, because I have a lot of Indian friends here. It's same thing. So for Nigeria, so for other countries, some countries might not even require visa to enter Germany.
Like they get visa on arrival.
But you cannot work. So your employer will probably tell you that you should get the work permit before you leave your home country. Right? But your spouse might come directly. Although we'll talk about it.
For other country, not Nigeria.
For other country, have that agreement with the country.
Not Nigeria.
So basically you submit your application and you go home and
for the interview, then you go home and wait.
So some people take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, some even take more than a month, right? But mine was just about less than 2 weeks.
Yes, a week and few days.
Wednesday,
And
I was not even expecting it.
Yes, very fast. He got the email.
And I have people that actually went ahead of me that had issue with their home. It took a long time. Right.
They have to send mails to the
So we cannot rule out that God was involved. So.
God was involved, yes.
Yeah. So less than 2 weeks, and they tell you to bring your insurance and also bring your passport.
Submit your passport.
Because some people, they submit their own on the interview date. I didn't submit mine. They didn't ask for it.
It depends on your
Some people went with their own insurance, because you might think maybe that would be a reason to give you, but that's not the reason actually. So they told me to send my insurance and also bring my passport. So I actually sent it through DHL. So you can go and drop it off yourself
at the gate
embassy. But I use DHL, and they'll tell you a week after a week that you should not travel. They ask for the travel date.
They'll ask for the travel date.
And you're not supposed to travel
7 days. Earlier. I think yours was 7 days.
Yeah, 7 days before.
Before the time you submitted your passport.
So your next travel must be after 7 days.
After 7 days, so you calculate so that they want to give you room. So when they want to give room for when you get back your passport from them. So they are going to tell you to write your travel date.
Yes.
And send it to them. You put it in your document. Your travel date, your passport, and your health insurance.
So for insurance, you can use AXA Manzard.
You don't need to go anywhere. From your home there, buy it. My husband bought it. We printed it out. The colored. It has so many pages, up to 18 pages. All you need is the first 2 pages. Others are just policies and others. So you just need the first 2 pages. If you are buying the AXA Manzard, that's the insurance. Yes.
It's about 16 or 15,000.
Okay, so that was what
for
one person. He bought that. So the embassy will tell you to submit. Some will tell you to submit courier envelope. That's maybe I took mine for the interview, but they still asked.
Yes, because maybe it depends on
the interviewer.
I think that courier doesn't stay more than a month.
So I don't know.
So for my case, yes, it's true for your document submit. You have to add your courier envelope.
So what happens is when you are going for your interview, you go with a prepaid envelope. Any courier services, the DHL, UPS. We use DHL because it was closer to the house. So on your day of interview, make sure you go with you call it prepaid. Yes. So the address will be from German embassy to your house. So that envelope is what they will use to return back your documents, your passport, and everything, everything that has been stamped, your passport. So that's what they use to return for you. So you go with a prepaid envelope on the day of your interview. So we can continue.
Okay, we'll talk about insurance. So I sent my insurance and everything and waited for about a week. So they can also track. Yes,
you can track.
So I think they actually delayed. They took about 3 days or 2 days.
And the thing had left the embassy, and for 3 days they had not. Okay, 3 days. So we'll guess maybe because of the weekend. So all my hubby got it on Monday, and
then once you receive your visa, it's time to
pack your load and leave.
For me, it was emotional because my family was not. At that point, they didn't go with me, so we can't start make plans and buy jackets because it was cold. I came during winter. December was very cold, and we bought the jackets and
market runs, egusi, ogbono. Trust women now. Tomato paste.
I don't carry too much food.
My husband returned the sebo I bought. He removed this that day.
I don't carry.
He didn't carry palm oil. I begged him, no.
I don't want to give you that gist. I tried to cook egusi with
granite oil. I laughed. He sent me the picture when he was eating. He was just spoiling it. I told you on that thing palm oil. He said no.
Because that Corona was a bit not that serious.
Omicron was what happened that December.
Omicron was.
So my husband didn't even do Christmas and
because they were planning on that lockdown. UK just locked down Nigeria that they're banning Nigeria. UK is about to ban Nigeria. They ban Nigeria too. So I didn't want Germany
and Canada, yes.
I actually came earlier than my resumption date because I don't want them to lock me down again in Nigeria. So Omicron was getting serious then.
So immediately since he had gotten his visa, so my husband just thought
he did a COVID test and it was about 50,000.
I think so. I think mine
they accept 72 hours. Right, 3 days or thereabouts.
No, 48 hours.
No, mine was 72 hours.
Okay.
Because I did it a day. I traveled. My
traveled the next day.
I traveled current flight, so it was like second day I got to
Okay.
So they allow for PVC test for 72 hours.
Okay.
Antigen test is 48 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. We prepare for the trip and what is again?
So he did, like he said, it was to travel the following day. He went for his corona test.
I did the corona test.
Yes, you need it at the airport.
At the moment, I think the rule has changed a little bit, but they still require COVID test.
Yes, you need a COVID test no matter what. Even if you are vaccinated, you need a COVID test to show that you are negative.
They also to register this EU digital registration.
No, it's no longer required.
For me, because I was going through Egypt. I went to Egypt, and because Egypt was listed as a new variant in Germany then, so they required me to do that. I did that because the airline required me to fill that, but I think now it's not required. No, I did not do that during their own. So I went to Egypt. My employer booked Egypt Air, so I went to Egypt from Egypt to Germany. So, and Frankfurt train to where I was going to. So that was the journey for me, and that's from angle of how I got a job and how I relocated through Blue Card visa. Then now it's time for you to hear from my wife how they did that one.